My name's Bryn Campbell. I'm in Brisbane. I actually live on the Gold Coast, but I'm a branch manager and have about 20 property mentors under me, and we service Queensland, mainly southeast Queensland. Property Club, I think, is an organisation that fills a big gap in investing in property in Australia. At the moment, if you want to invest in property, you have to go along to a real estate agent who may or may not know anything about investing in property. They then will present you with properties which may or may not suit an investor. So the difference between a good investment property and a property to live in is huge. So the Property Club fills that gap. It has researchers who are agents who only list stock which is suitable for investing in property. The property mentors, who are not agents, are just experienced investors to help people who want to invest in property. Get information and get experienced people to speak with you. There's no substitute for experience. Also, if someone's going to invest in property, they want to know how to choose a property correctly. Most properties in Australia are not good for investing. They're great properties to live in, but not necessarily for investing in. 3 things when you're investing in property. Well, one, make sure that you're talking to people who are experienced. When you're setting up your finance, speak to a broker who knows about the best sort of product for you. Don't just walk into a bank. I had someone tell me many years ago, a very wealthy man said, someone walking into a bank off the streets for an investment property loan is like lambs to the slaughter. I've always remembered that. This was before I started investing. So you need to get your finance set up by someone who knows what they're doing. You need to buy in the right location, so you need to have some sort of agency that finds investment property, not just any old property. And listen to that experience and apply the experience. First-time investors usually are, from my point of view, easy to deal with because they haven't got a lot of rubbish in their heads to unlearn before they start investing, because they're a bit younger. They haven't got years of media rubbish that they have to unlearn. But apart from that, first-time investors really need to get their finances right, and they need a good broker that knows how to help someone who's young, hasn't invested before, and can get them into the finance that's going to help them and support them. After that, it just comes back to experience, which is the Property Club can provide in spades. We provide free services, so to anyone who wants to invest in property just needs to ask it. We'll ask people to fill in a wealth check form, which is just a form saying they'll go off to a broker to come back and say how much they can borrow for an investment property. It's a good sort of first trigger. It's just the basic information you'll need to know if you can move ahead. What Kevin Young provides to Property Club members is his lifetime of experience in investing in a couple of hundred properties. What he can do is he's provided this Property Club, which is essentially around reducing risk when buying into investment property. There's no such thing as zero risk, but the services we provide do attempt to do that. Along the way, you're getting experienced help and you're getting your properties from people who only list or only research properties that are suitable for investing in. And Kevin's there and he's hands-on helping with all of that. And he's out there at lots of social events as well, talking to people one-on-one, which is great. I have so many success stories I could tell you about, but I suppose the one that's my favourite is I'm helping my kids into property, and my son, when he first bought his first property, he was about 19 years old, and I said, hey kids, look, I'll use some of my equity and I'll help you into your first 2 properties. So my son used some of my equity to buy his first property. It was just before the boom. It tripled in 18 months, so he never had to come back to me to ask for that equity for his second property. He just went ahead and did it himself. That was nice.